Have you ever experienced that haunting feeling of being completely surrounded by people, yet feeling utterly alone? You wake up each morning with a sense of dread, drag yourself through another day of endless tasks, and collapse in a bed wondering why nothing feels meaningful anymore. If this resonates with you, you're not experiencing personal failure. You're facing what I call modern emptiness syndrome, a silent epidemic that's quietly destroying millions of lives worldwide. Here's what's really happening. Your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, constantly scanning for threats that don't exist while missing the real danger, the slow death of your authentic self. Dr. Gabor Maté, world-renowned trauma specialist, made a groundbreaking discovery that changes everything we thought we knew about emotional suffering. The root cause isn't personal weakness or chemical imbalances. It's disconnection. First from ourselves, then from others. But here's where it gets interesting. This disconnection creates a cascade of physical and emotional symptoms that most people mistake for separate problems. Chronic fatigue, anxiety, depression, even autoimmune issues, they're all connected to one fundamental issue. What if I told you that everything you've been taught about healing is backwards? What if the solution isn't adding more to your life, but removing the barriers that prevent you from feeling truly alive? The answer lies in understanding something most people never learn. Your body has been sending you distress signals for months, maybe years, but you've been trained to ignore them. Society taught you to push through, to be productive, to keep moving, even when your soul is screaming for help. The modern emptiness syndrome manifests through 5 critical warning signs that most people dismiss as normal adult stress. But there's nothing normal about feeling dead inside, while appearing successful on the outside. Warning sign 1. Soul deep exhaustion. You sleep 8 hours but wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. This isn't physical tiredness. It's the bone-deep weariness that comes from living someone else's life. Warning sign 2. Emotional numbness. You watch movies that used to make you cry and feel nothing. Joy feels forced. Even anger seems muted. You're functioning but barely feeling. Warning sign 3. Validation addiction. Your self-worth depends entirely on external approval. You check your phone obsessively, seeking digital dopamine hits to fill the void where self-love should be. Warning sign 4. Relationship superficiality. You have hundreds of social media connections but can't name 3 people who truly know you. Your conversations revolve around weather, work complaints, and gossip, never the things that actually matter. Warning sign 5. Identity crisis. You've been playing roles for so long that you've forgotten who you really are underneath all the masks. If 3 or more of these signs hit home, what I'm about to reveal will explain why traditional solutions have failed you. What warning sign resonated most with you? Share your experience in the comments below. You might be surprised how many others feel exactly the same way. The science behind this epidemic will shock you and finally explain why you felt so lost for so long. Harvard neuroscientists and Dr. Gabor Maté have uncovered something revolutionary. When we're emotionally disconnected, our brain interprets this as a life-threatening emergency. Your nervous system literally cannot distinguish between being alone in a forest full of predators and being emotionally isolated in a crowded room. The result? Your body enters a state of chronic hypervigilance. Cortisol floods your system 24/7. Inflammation becomes your new normal. Your immune system weakens. It's no coincidence that you get sick more often during emotionally difficult periods. Here's the most disturbing finding. Chronic emotional loneliness has the same impact on your life expectancy as smoking 15 cigarettes daily. That's right, disconnection is literally killing you slowly. But there's more. When we disconnect from ourselves, we lose access to our internal emotional navigation system. It's like driving in complete darkness without GPS. You no longer know what you truly want, need, or feel. Your desperate brain starts seeking substitutes. Social media scrolling, compulsive shopping, workaholism, toxic relationships. Anything to fill the void where authentic connection should be. The neuroplasticity research brings hope. We can rewire our brains for connection. But first, you need to understand why every solution you've tried has failed. The problem isn't that you haven't tried hard enough. It's that you've been trying to solve the wrong problem. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're addicted to distraction, and this addiction is systematically destroying your ability to reconnect with yourself. Every notification triggers a small dopamine release in your brain. You become a laboratory rat pressing the lever for rewards while your capacity to sit with your own emotions atrophies like an unused muscle. Most people think the solution is meditation apps or mindfulness courses. But these approaches fail because they don't address the root addiction. They just add another layer of doing to an already overstimulated system. The 3-moment technique breaks this vicious cycle by creating intentional interruptions in your distraction patterns. How it works: set 3 daily alarms: morning, afternoon, evening. When it rings, stop everything. Phone on airplane mode. Sit comfortably. For 5 minutes, simply breathe and observe what you're feeling in your body. What to expect: the first few days will be uncomfortable. You'll feel anxiety, restlessness, an overwhelming urge to grab your phone. This is normal. It's your brain experiencing digital dopamine withdrawal. Why it works: you're training your nervous system to tolerate emotional discomfort without fleeing to distractions. You're reconnecting with your body and internal sensations. Results in 7 days. You'll start noticing emotions you haven't felt in years. You'll become aware of body tensions you've been ignoring. You'll rediscover what it means to be truly present. But reconnecting with yourself is just the beginning. Now you need to learn the language you forgot how to speak. If this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I share science-backed strategies for emotional healing every week that you won't find anywhere else. Here's something disturbing. Most adults have the emotional vocabulary of a 5-year-old child. When I ask my patients, "How are you feeling?" the answer is always the same: fine, bad, stressed, or tired. This isn't coincidence. Our society taught us that emotions are inconvenient, signs of weakness, something to be overcome quickly. Result? We've completely lost the ability to navigate our inner world. Emotional mapping is about reclaiming this lost language. When you feel anxiety, is it really anxiety? Or is it excitement misinterpreted? Fear of judgment? Anticipation? Each emotion carries a specific message, a need behind it that demands attention. Here's what I've discovered working with hundreds of patients. When you can precisely name what you're feeling, you automatically gain power over that emotion. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The monster that seemed terrifying reveals itself as just a pile of clothes. More importantly, every emotion has a physical location in your body. Anger in your chest, sadness in your throat, fear in your stomach. Your body is constantly sending you precious information, but you've learned to ignore these messages. The body scan practice. Start with your toes and slowly move your attention up through your body. Notice areas of tension, warmth, cold, or numbness. Ask each area, "What are you trying to tell me?" This isn't New Age mysticism, it's neuroscience. Your vagus nerve carries more information from your body to your brain than the reverse. Your body knows things your mind hasn't figured out yet. But what good is understanding your emotions if you have no one to share them with authentically? Here's an alarming statistic. The average person spends only 37 minutes per week in meaningful conversations. The rest is small talk, whether complaints, work discussions, or empty gossip. We're dying of emotional starvation in the middle of a feast of superficial connections. The 3-2-1 rule will revolutionize your relationships. For every 3 superficial conversations, have 2 medium depth and 1 truly deep conversation. It sounds simple, but it's transformational. The problem is we've been conditioned to believe vulnerability is dangerous. That if we show who we really are, we'll be rejected. So we build perfect social masks and wonder why we feel so alone. Here's the paradoxical truth. People connect with your imperfections, not your perfection. When you share a real struggle, genuine doubt, or true fear, you give others permission to do the same. The gradual vulnerability technique works like this. You share first in small, increasing doses. "You know, I've been feeling kind of lost lately." Observe the reaction. If they open up too, you found someone safe for authentic connection. But beware, not everyone is ready for depth. Some people will feel uncomfortable and change the subject. This isn't about you, it's about their emotional capacity. Red flags in conversations. People who immediately give advice instead of listening. Those who one-up your struggles with their own. People who seem uncomfortable with silence or pause. Green flags. Those who ask follow-up questions. People who share vulnerably in return. Those who can sit with your emotions without trying to fix them. Identifying these safe people is crucial, but first you need to become safe for yourself. What's one meaningful conversation you've been avoiding? Share in the comments what's holding you back. Sometimes naming our fears is the first step to overcoming them. Have you ever stopped to count how many different versions of yourself you present each day? The professional version at work, the family version at dinner, the social media version online, the relationship version with your partner. Each mask we wear distances us a little more from who we truly are. Here's the problem. When you spend years playing different roles, you literally forget what your authentic self looks like. Dr. Gabor Maté calls this the adaptive false self, a personality we develop to survive, but that slowly kills us from the inside. It's like wearing tight clothes 24 hours a day. Functional, but suffocating. Authenticity isn't about being brutally honest with everyone all the time. It's about stopping the lies you tell yourself. It's about recognizing and accepting your real emotional states, even when they're inconvenient or socially inappropriate. The authenticity audit. For 1 week, notice every time you say something you don't mean, laugh at jokes that aren't funny to you, or agree with opinions you don't share. Don't judge yourself, just observe. When you allow yourself to feel anger without judgment, sadness without rushing to get over it, joy without guilt, something magical happens. You stop wasting mental energy trying to be someone you're not. This freed energy transforms into genuine presence. People start noticing something different about you. You become magnetic not because you're trying to impress, but because you're being real. The authenticity paradox. The more you try to be liked by everyone, the less anyone truly likes you. The more you show your real self, the more the right people are drawn to you. Here's a secret that changed my life. Genuine connection doesn't need to last hours. Sometimes, 60 seconds of real presence is worth more than years of superficial coexistence. We're obsessed with grand relationships, the love of our life, the best friend, the perfect family. Meanwhile, we completely ignore the hundreds of daily micro-connection opportunities right in front of us. The 60-second strategy is about quality, not quantity. A genuine look at the coffee shop attendant. A real, "How are you doing?" to your neighbor. A 2-minute call to a friend just to say you thought of them. Sounds insignificant? Neuroscientists discovered that these micro-interactions release oxytocin, the connection hormone, just as much as deep relationships. Your brain doesn't distinguish between an intimate 2-hour conversation and a genuine 2-minute moment. The secret lies in total presence. When you truly see the person in front of you, when you're 100% present in that moment, something magical happens. You both leave that interaction slightly transformed. Micro-connection practices. Make eye contact with cashiers and say their name if they wear a name tag. Ask, "What's been the best part of your day?" instead of "How are you?" Send voice messages instead of texts. Your voice carries emotional information. Remember small details people share and follow up later. Here's the paradox. The more you seek these connections with the intention of receiving something, the less they work. It's when you offer genuine presence without expectation that magic happens. But how do you integrate all this into a sustainable lifestyle without burning out? Double tap this video if you're ready to start practicing micro-connections today. And don't forget to follow for more science-backed relationship strategy. Here's where most people fail. They treat emotional reconnection like a crash diet. They do everything intensely for 2 weeks, burn out, and return to old patterns. The truth is that reconnection is like learning a new language. You don't become fluent overnight, but each small daily practice brings you closer to emotional fluency. The key is sustainability, not perfection. Some days you'll manage your digital pauses. Other days, you'll completely forget. Some days you'll have transformative, deep conversations. Others, you'll fall back into automatic small talk. This is normal. What matters is the general direction, not daily perfection. Each moment of genuine presence, however small, is rewiring your brain for connection. Signs it's working. You start noticing when you're on autopilot. You feel less need for external validation. Superficial relationships begin to feel uncomfortable. You prefer being genuinely alone rather than superficially accompanied. Dealing with resistance. Your brain will try to convince you this is a waste of time, that you have more important things to do. This resistance is normal. It's your old system fighting to survive. Personal adjustments. Introverts might focus more on quality than quantity. Extroverts might need more processing pauses. There's no one-size-fits-all formula. The compound effect, like physical exercise, the benefits accumulate. Week 1 feels difficult. Week 4 feels natural. Week 12 becomes your new normal. Setbacks are data, not failures. When you slip back into old patterns, ask what triggered this, instead of why did I fail? Each setback teaches you something valuable about your emotional patterns. The final result will surprise you. Imagine waking up and actually wanting to be awake. Imagine relationships where you can be completely yourself. Imagine working without that constant sense of existential emptiness. This isn't fantasy. It's the natural result of living connected. What your life looks like with genuine connection. You stop seeking external approval because you've developed a reliable internal compass. Toxic relationships naturally fade away because you no longer tolerate superficiality. You become selective with your emotional energy. Decisions become easier because you know what you truly want, not what you should want. Anxiety decreases because you stop fighting your emotions and learn to navigate through them. Long-term maintenance. Reconnection isn't a destination, it's a lifestyle. There will be moments of disconnection, crises, losses, changes. The difference is that now you have tools to return to center. When to seek professional help. If you've tried these practices for 6 to 8 weeks and still feel something deeper is blocking your capacity for connection, it might be time to explore unresolved trauma with a qualified therapist. The ripple effect. As you heal your own disconnection, you give others permission to do the same. Your children, friends, colleagues, they all benefit from your emotional courage. Remember, you're not broken. You just temporarily forgot how to connect. And now you have the map back home. Your reconnection journey starts now. The world needs more people who are brave enough to feel deeply and connect authentically. Will you be one of them? If this content shifted your perspective, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Your action could save someone's mental health. Subscribe for more life-changing content that actually works.